Let's start with Julian Alvarez. For me personally, I've said this for a long time, that I believe Julian Alvarez is one of the best strikers in the world. You've only got to look at some of my transfer videos from earlier or from last year. You know, various different sources are now saying that Arsenal are looking at Julian Alvarez. You've only got to look at his numbers, right, from last season. At Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, 15 goal contributions in 15 games, right? 7 goals and 1 assist in the previous 10. 8 goals and 4 assists in 29, 17 and 4 in 37. He could be an out-and-out threat for Arsenal. But the question is he a real out-and-out number 9? I think he can play a number of different positions. I can see him playing as a 10. I can see him playing as a second striker. Similar to the role that Morgan Rogers plays and could play at Chelsea. Julian Alvarez is on €240,000 a week, so Arsenal can comfortably improve his salary package. They wanted to put Vinicius Jr. on something like £400,000 a week. Now, he is also 26 years of age. He has won a World Cup. He has won a Premier League. He's won a Copa America. He's scored 4 goals in a World Cup before. He's been in the Premier League. Andrea Berta was very influential at bringing him to Atletico Madrid. Is he as good as Vinicius Jr.? No. Do Arsenal still need to sign a left winger if they get Julian Alvarez? For me, yes. Zolis has looked good. He's got 2 goal contributions, a goal and an assist in the 2 games he's played in pre-season. You know, but there will be questions. Can he do that in the Premier League? Has Julian Alvarez done it in the Premier League? Yes, he's got a very good record for Manchester City. I do think Ndiaye is a little bit of a downgrade compared to Julian Alvarez. And when I say little, it is a downgrade compared to Julian Alvarez and compared to the likes of, you know, Vinicius Jr. I wouldn't be at all surprised if they go for Bradley Barcola. I'll come back to Ndiaye in a minute. Bradley Barcola is a player that has been linked to Arsenal for a number of times. And he has also been linked to Liverpool. But Liverpool, you know, 22 hours ago, you know, Bradley Barcola is closest to Liverpool. However, Liverpool are dilly-dallying around with this. They have been linked to this guy for about 5, 6, maybe 8 weeks. And as it stands, there isn't a breakthrough. Even if he prioritises a move to Liverpool over Arsenal, Arsenal look like they're going to pay more wages. Arsenal are in a more attractive situation compared to Liverpool. They are the Premier League champions. Liverpool, in my opinion, don't have a good enough depth to challenge for a title next year as it stands. That could all change. They could go and buy 3 or 4 players before the end of the window. But I do feel defensively, they are going to struggle. So the question is it Barcola? Is it Julian Alvarez? I feel that, as it stands right now, that Julian Alvarez makes a lot of sense. You know, now,
frustration from Atletico Madrid at how publicly this has played out. But remember, Julian Alvarez wants to leave, ideally to Barcelona, and he is equally as unhappy at Atletico Madrid simply saying as a blanket position, not for sale unless you trigger the €500 million release clause. So now the player is going to hold talks with Atletico Madrid. And if he insists, if he doubles down that he doesn't want to play for the football club, then maybe Atleti prefer to sell outside of La Liga rather than to Barcelona. And that's where potentially there's a small possibility the door opens to Arsenal. And Andrea Berta is well positioned to move should that scenario materialise. So I expect, regardless of who it is, Arsenal to still add a left-sided attacker. They're waiting on Vinny Jr. to formally say the deal is off, and Real Madrid are optimistic. And then it's worth just pointing out a done deal, something that we broke now 10 days ago on TalkSport. Yan Diomande, Real Madrid, €125 million, 15 million in add-ons. That deal is now fully confirmed, and Real Madrid issued a statement on it in the last few hours. Elsewhere, we've got a few other done deals that I can bring you. The first is a fantastic bit of business, in my opinion, for Bournemouth, as they have confirmed Juanlu Sanchez from Sevilla on a 5-year contract, 11 million euros plus 2 million in add-ons. A young signing with huge potential, over 100 games played for Sevilla, Champions League experience as well. And Bournemouth, in their first season with European football under new manager Marco Rosa, have now spent in and around 60 million euros. And then Landon Dykes, the Scottish international, has joined Millwall, and that is a 1-year contract. And we have to finish with 2 other points. The first is James Trafford had passed his medical a little bit earlier, so that one is only pending the official announcement. It might even come this evening. This was another TalkSport exclusive that we broke, that Leeds had been able to agree a deal in principle with Manchester City.